breaking now. Ben and Jerry's owner arrested for sick attack on U.S. military base. The founders of Ben and Jerry's are well known for being extremely progressive. So much so that they supported the Democratic primary candidate, Senator Bernie Sanders. They have given campaign donations from some of the proceeds from various ice cream flavors. Which is why it should come as no shock what one of them recently did to protest the American military. The Daily Mail reported. The co-founder of the ice cream giant Ben & Jerry's was placed under arrest on Saturday after violating a local noise ordinance in his home state of Vermont. Police in Burlington say that Ben Cohen was taken into custody Saturday afternoon at around 3:30 p.m. following a noisy public protest, according to broadcasting affiliate ABC 22. The demonstration, which began around 11 a.m., was intended to simulate the sound of the F-35 jet blast, said Lieutenant Matthew Sullivan of Burlington Police. Sullivan explained that amplifiers were attached to a rig and led by a vehicle Cohen was driving. He was cited numerous times before his arrest for violating the city's noise ordinance. Because it was the third violation, it's disorderly conduct by noise, so they were arrested, Lieutenant Sullivan said. 3 protesters were arrested. The public display was intended to bring awareness to an upcoming ballot vote concerning the housing of F-35 jets in Burlington. It's either legal or it's not. If it's legal for the F-35 to make this noise 16 times per day, 52 WKS a year, for the next 50 years, it should be legal for us to do this limited demonstration of extreme jet blasts, which are the subject of item number 6 on the March ballot, Cohen said in a message posted to Twitter before his arrest. Supporters of the demonstration said arresting protesters for violating the ordinance proved their point about the jet fighters. The city has just admitted that it's illegal, harmful and dangerous, James Leas said. So now we have the city of Burlington acknowledging that by making these arrests. Residents of Burlington have an opportunity on Tuesday to vote on a non-binding resolution that would ask the Air National Guard to find somewhere else to house an F-35 fighter jet base, according to the Washington Free Beacon. The Vermont National Guard, however, has already invested $83 million into the project and will likely not be compelled by initiative. When the first F-35 lands here in 18 months, we intend to be fully trained and equipped to receive it, Lieutenant Colonel Daniel Finnegan told Vermont Public Radio over the weekend. The issue has festered in the New England city since 2013. Burlington Airport has already been the home to F-16s for years, and supporters say that the addition of the F-35s will have little impact. This is not the first time that Cohen has found himself in front of the local and national media outlets. He has been a social activist for a long time and been on the front lines before. As Ben & Jerry's gradually grew into a nationwide business and one of the largest ice cream companies in the USA, Cohen turned his newfound wealth and prominence toward a variety of social causes, generally through the Ben & Jerry's Foundation. The foundation receives 7.5% of all Ben & Jerry's pre-tax profits and distributes funds to organizations such as the Anti-Displacement Project. Cohen also oversaw true majority and business leaders for sensible priorities. He is also vocal in his support of Democratic candidates, including Dennis Kucinich for the U.S. Democratic presidential nomination in 2004 and John Edwards, followed by Barack Obama in 2008, and Bernie Sanders for the Democratic primaries and 2016 presidential election. Cohen debuted a special ice cream flavor called Bernie's Yearning on January 25, 2016 out of support for Sanders. Ben & Jerry's released a statement disavowing connection or support for the product, saying this was created by Ben as a citizen. The company is not involved. In 2012, he helped launch the Stamp Stampede campaign to stamp messages on the nation's currency in support of passing a constitutional amendment to help overturn Citizens United v. Federal Election Commission and reduce the influence of private corporations on politics. On April 18, 2016, Cohen was arrested, with Jerry Greenfield, while at a Democracy Awakening protest in Washington, D.C. The purpose of military bases is to aid in military readiness. There is nothing wrong with building one in Vermont. There is no question that military bases are a necessity. This is nothing but a person with a not in my backyard mentality. That is exactly what Cohen's little protests were. Share if you agree that Cohen's protest was pointless and that nothing is going to change because of his most recent shenanigans. Share if you agree he is just looking for another 15 minutes in fame and you know this is not going to give it to him.